The paper that we did the last week. Yes. So I have answered, I have checked your answers for the MCQ, and was fine, but have to improve, right? So now this is usually a like step-by-step process, isn't it? So you have to take each step and and make sure that in each and every step that you are improving, right? So we took a one step, we did an exam, it was so far good, right? And you have done a good job, but I'm not usually a person who gets satisfied easily, so you'll have to do more, right? And so it was fine, the paper was fine, but there were some of the questions that you haven't answered at all, right? Nobody has answered. And there were some answers that most of the majority of the people have answered, and that's a good thing, that's a good improvement. That part is somewhat okay, but there were some of the questions that none of you have answered it. Right? None of you, like nobody has answered it. But the second part isn't yeah. So I'll do it myself and I'll give it to you, right? Marks will be giving the next week in the parents meeting. Yeah, so there will be a parents meeting. Even for the online people, you have to tell your parents to come online and join the parents meeting, right? And yeah, in the parents meeting, I'll be giving the marks with something small for the highest marks, or maybe 1, 2, 3 respectively. I will be giving something, and we'll see about that, right? And the most important thing is that you're supposed to take actions for the things that you haven't improved yet, right? That is the main and the most important thing. You have to take actions on it, right? So if you haven't improved in any of the parts of the lessons, start doing it right now. Like, don't waste a week for that, don't waste a month for that. You start doing it now, right? So when you go home, like I won't be giving the papers today, so when you have the paper with you, check what are the questions that you have answered wrong, right? So what are the theories you haven't improved yet, what are the questions that you can't still answer, right? And what are the mistakes you have done in the exams. You check on everything in the paper that you have to take actions for, right? So check everything, that is very important. And for each and everything you have to improve, right? And it's a step by step process, and step by step you'll be fine, right? And I'll be watching on you that you are taking actions on that, right? Because I'll be giving more questions, we'll be doing more papers, and we'll be checking on how we are improving, right? So you have to improve. So once you got something wrong, that's fine, because that's the first step, and you are getting it wrong in the second step, that is somewhat okay, I'll be fine. But in the third step, if you are getting it wrong again, that is when you are not taking actions on it, right? So you have to take action. That is the main and the major thing that you should understand, right? Take actions on the things that you are getting wrong. Take actions on the things that you are not doing now. You start doing it, and when you are doing step by step, you will be really fine, right? And when I was in your age, right, there were some times that I took a question and I tried to answer it from the morning, and till the evening I couldn't find a clue, right? I didn't understand any of the things, and till the evening, from the morning to till the evening, I couldn't find a clue to answer the question, right? I felt like I wanted to throw the book away. That sort of a pressure was there. It's really pressureful. I know that. I understand that completely. But that is the growing phase. Because when you're like trying to do something, and that is when you're improving. That is when you're growing. Because when you don't understand something, that is the beginning. That is the start. When you don't understand it, what do you do first? You go for the theory to try to understand what sort of a theory is this that I have to apply here. So you are reading the theory, you are reading the tudes again. For like those days we didn't have the recordings or anything, So now you have the recordings. If you want to go through the recordings, the things that we discussed in the class, the recordings are still there, right? So you can go through the recordings and get a proper knowledge. If you still don't understand what the theory, you should apply there, right? You can do that. We didn't have that choice the time. And sometimes we ask the friends, "Macam meka karanne kohomada?" Even at that time we didn't have the mobile phones as well. I had a very small mobile phone. That is one of the Chinese ones. That was when I was grade 12 or 13. Couldn't do anything apart from taking calls. And I was using it to call my girlfriend by that time. I didn't use anything for anything else. And I was like keeping it secretly. That's something. I didn't use for any good, right? So now in those days, like we had the friends. When we meet the friends, there were some brilliant cases. There were some very bright cases. Sometimes when we meet, we discuss it. We tell it. So in those bright cases, most of the time they understand it, they know it, so they're sharing their knowledge. That is what happened. So we had that privilege, and we had a bunch of friends who we studied at libraries, at Kaltura Bodhi, and everywhere we studied. Wherever the people go, we started small groups, and we started studying there, and that is how we improved little by little. Otherwise, even I couldn't answer the sort of the questions by that time, right? So it's a simple thing for everyone, that in the very beginning, if you are not able to answer something, that is fine for now, but you have to improve. You have to take actions on that. You have to improve step by step, right? That is something you must do, right? If you can't answer the questions properly now, that's fine, but within the time you have to improve, right? So take actions. That is the main and the major really important thing, right? So other than that, all the some of the hard questions were there. I wanted to put it there because I wanted to see if there are some the very bright cases are there. Unfortunately, no one was answering those questions. So it's really pity, right? So any question that you came through when you're answering the question that you think we should discuss this first? Anything? The structured first, that is the one. Nobody has answered it. So that's a very beautiful question, though. That structured is a question. If you thought about it clearly, it's a really good question, and I have put them in like 2 of the pages, so it's really confusing when you read it. You have to read it in a row. That's one thing. So I put it in 2 of the pages as well to make it more confusing. But anyways, now this is how this structured essay question you should doing, right? The diameter of a cylinder is measured using a vernier caliper with no zero error, right? So the vernier caliper doesn't have any of the zero errors. Now the people, you hear me, right? The online people? Yeah? Can somebody put a text one? Yeah, yes, they can hear. Good. So the diameter of a cylinder is measured using a vernier caliper with no zero errors. So the vernier caliper doesn't have any of the zero errors. That is the first thing. It is found that the zero of the vernier scale lies between 5.10 centimeters and 5.15 centimeters. Now, if you read it clearly, there's a clue there. Do you see that? The vernier zero lies between 5.10 centimeters and 5.15 centimeters. There's a clue there. Few of the clues are there. Of the main scale, the vernier scale has 50 division equivalent to 2.45 centimeters. The 24th division of the vernier scale exactly coincides with one of the main scale divisions. The diameter of the cylinder they are asking, right? Right. Now tell me. Now there are few of the places that you can get the clues from. But the first thing is this one. The vernier zero lies between 5.10 and 5.15. What is the clue there? Do you see the clue there? Can somebody tell? What is the clue here? The the zero of the vernier lies between 5.0 and 5.15. Now vernier 0 lies between two of the measurements. So what do you take by that? The vernier 0 moves when an object enters, right, to the instrument. So it stops when the object measure the complete length of the the object, right. So the vernier 0 is there at the beginning, aligned with the main scale 0 at the very beginning. When the object is entering, the vernier 0 moves and stops when the object is ready to measure. So the distance travelled by the vernier 0, right, the distance travelled by the vernier 0 is actually the length of the object. And how do we take that measurement? How do we take, like, we take two of the measurements, right? One is the main scale measurement, the other one is the main scale value, the other one is the vernier scale value. How do we take the main scale value? How do we read it? How do we read the main scale value? Main scale value is the 0 ekata, yeah, the value before the, yes, that is the thing. So main scale value is the value before the vernier 0, isn't it? Main scale value is the value before the vernier 0, isn't it? That is how we took the measurements even here. So if I take the main scale value here, it is the value before the vernier 0, isn't it? This is the vernier 0 and the main scale is 1. That is the value before the vernier 0, isn't it? Yeah. So now in this question, what you can take here? This is the main scale value, right? That is one point we can take there. This is the main scale value. And it lies between 5.10 and 5.15. Why is this important? Yeah, that is the main scale reading, main scale value. And there is another point there. There is another clue here. What is the other clue? It lies between 5.10 and 5. Something, yes. But why 5.15 is there? Now if I take it in millimeters, this is how many millimeters? No, in millimeters. Now this is centimeters. 5.10 centimeters. 51 millimeters, isn't it? So this is 51 millimeters and this is 51.5 millimeters. Now these are two of the lines of the main scale. So main scale division value is how much? Is it 1 millimeter? How much is it? It's 0.5 millimeters. That is the clue, the next clue that you have to take there. Get it? Understood it? Hands up those who understood it. That the main scale division value here is 0.5. That is another clue that you can take from here, right? Of these two of the values, right? So the main scale division value here is 0.5. Is it important? Yeah, it is important to find the least count, isn't it? It is important to find the least count. So the main scale division MSD, 1 MSD is equal to 0.5 here, right? 0.5 here, millimeters. Now don't worry, these type of questions most probably won't be coming to the exam, right? The proper exam won't be coming, but this is to like brainstorm. It's a good thing to brainstorm, right? The vernier scale has 50 divisions equivalent to 2.45 centimeters. Now if you want to find the least count, I told you an easy way. What is the easiest way? What? Now what is the equation to find the least count? 1 MSD minus 1 VSD. And in the online class we discussed the questions. Even in the seminar I told you a simple way, a shortcut to find the least count. What was it? I told you a shortcut, huh? 1 MSD divided by number of vernier scale divisions, isn't it? So there are 50 divisions, and how much is the 1 MSD? 0.5. So 0.5 divided by 50 should give the least count. Yes. So now if I take the least count that way, that is cheating, but that is only, I told you that it is only for the MCQs, because that equation is not allowed, yeah, to write in the essays and the structured essays. If you write it, you will get no marks, right? So but it's cheating. If I take it that way, that least count should be equal to 0.5 over 50, isn't it? So it's how much? 0.01 millimeter should be, right? But we can't take it this way, right? So you have to go through the proper equations. Yeah. So you have to, like, anyways we know the answer should be this, right? So you have to take it using the equations, right? Now we are trying to do it that way now. So it says vernier scale has 50 divisions equivalent to 2.45 centimeters. Now do you get this one as well? It hasn't given in the divisions. Usually it gives like the vernier is aligning with this number of divisions. 49 aligns with 50, 19 aligns with 20, 10 aligns with 9, 9 aligns with 10, 4 aligns with 5. Now in this case it isn't given that way. How is it given? It's given as a length. Yes, it has given as a length. So in that case we have to take the length itself. Now this guy didn't came to the exam now, right? You have to take it lengthwise. Can you remember that we discussed this one of the this this type of question, like this kind of a least count in the travelling microscope? If you go check the tute in the travelling microscope, it's given 0.5 millimeter of divisions in the main scale. So hoping. Where's quota? No idea. Okay, come sit. Right. So in that part, the travelling microscope part, there is this vernier scale. It was 49 main scale divisions divided into 50 vernier scale divisions, right? And the main scale is in 0.5 values. So how did we simplify it? Can you remember? We multiplied the 49 by 0.5, then divided by 50. So when you multiply 49 by 0.5, it gives 24.5, isn't it? It gives 24.5. Now here it is given directly as the length, isn't it? 0.5 times 49 is directly given as 2.45 millimeters. That is as a length. Yeah, centimeters. In this case it's centimeters. So now you have to do what? Now usually this is how we find the least count. Least count equals 1 MSD minus 1 VSD, and we already found 1 MSD equals how much? 0.5 millimeters or centimeters. Yeah, 0.5 millimeters or 0.05 centimeters, right? Yeah. Yeah. And the 1 VSD is, in that question we took 49 into 0.5 divided by 50. But in this case you don't have to do it because it has given as a length, right? So you take directly the length, 24.5, yes, directly, divided by how much? 50. Now what is the answer for this? What is the answer for this? 24.5 divided by 50 is Yeah, that is 0.49, right? So 0.5 millimeter deduct 0.49 millimeters, it should give 0.01 millimeter of a least count. Get it? Now this is the least count. Understood it? Yeah. So the length directly divided by the number of main scale division, vernier scale divisions. Yes. Yeah. So we found the least count. What do we have to do now? We have to find the length. How do you find the length? There's a direct equation for that. What is the direct equation? Length equals main MSV plus VSV. Yes. Length equals L equals MSV plus VSV, and the VSV is LC into VSR. Yes. L equals main scale value plus vernier scale value, and the vernier scale value is least count into vernier scale reading. Yes. So now tell me the MSV. We already found the MSV up here. That is 5.10 centimeters. If we take it in millimeters, 51 millimeters. So the MSV is how much? 51 was it? 51, right? 51 millimeters plus. You found the least count already. How much is the least count? 0.01 millimeters. Yeah, 0.01 millimeters. And the vernier scale reading we want. And the question says the 24th division of the vernier exactly coincide with the one of the main scale divisions. So what is the VSR there? 24, right? It's 24. So the answer is 51 plus 0.24. 51.24 millimeters is the diameter. Understood it? That is how you are supposed to answer the question. Yeah. And that is one good question. That's a brilliant question. That's totally fine, you haven't answered it, but like brainstorming is somewhat really good. That you should try, you know, have to have this pleasure of answering sort of hard questions, you know. Ganna be relax karanna ona. That's fine. And usually sometimes in the A levels paper, right? Usually sometimes in the A levels paper, so I have wrote 5.124. Yeah. So if you I couldn't check the online people's papers yet. Atif, if you have answered it correctly, it's really good thing. One person there answered it correctly, good thing. Now virtual chocolate can be sent through the windows. Atif will have to take a printout and need, I'm sorry to say that, but yes. That's what I said. It was a printout. Right. Huh? Yeah, the shine is there. How done? Shiny again. Right? Hands up those who understood the question. Good. Fine, right? So what happened? Didn't come to the exam. Huh? Tournament? Bro, I do it at home. I'll give you the paper. You know? Go in home. Yes, Kota. Yeah. Right? Finish? Finish? Yeah. Right. Shall we start from the MCQs then? Yes. This was the hardest question for sure. All the others are somewhat easy. Yeah. And another thing, like there will be no questions from the measurements to the structured essay. The measurements only will come to the MCQs, right? So you don't have to study it for the structured essay. It will be only, yeah, some of the measurement questions can be there in the structured essay, but not in this type. The taking the measurement type of questions were there. Yeah, few of the questions were there, right? Right. So come to the MCQs. Yeah, starting from the first question. Which of the following instrument is, right? Which of the following instrument is more suitable to measure the diameter of a thin wire? Listen. They are asking which of the following instrument is more suitable to measure the diameter of a thin wire. What is the like importance of the thin wire? What is the importance of a thin wire? Huh? Yeah, because it's compressible, isn't it? A wire is a compressible thing because you can, if you press it, it will deform, like it will change its shape, isn't it? So it's something that is compressible. So if you apply the force on it, it will get crushed, isn't it? So if it got crushed, your measurement will be wrong. So but there was one instrument that you can measure things that get crushed without putting a pressure on it. Yes, what is the instrument? Micrometer, screw gauge. What is the thing that you said? What? Huh? Is it something else? Okay. Right. So now what is the thing that gives this sound before measuring it? Which part gives this click sound? You say the click sound. Now the shorty is a minimal liar. Right? Tell. නෑ. ලොක් එක අපි දාන්නේ measurement එක ගන්න කලින්. Try to memorize. What is that part? Ratchet. That is the ratchet, right? Now ratchet gives a click sound when you are ready to take the measurement, right? So yeah, so the answer should be what? Micrometer, screw gauge. You can't use vernier caliper or any of the other things because vernier caliper, the jaws are giving pressure on the wire, so it will get crushed, right? Yes. So the answer is 3. Second question, the SI unit of luminous intensity. Candela, yes, candela. It was in the table, yeah. Candela. So the answer is, these guys have come to a picnic. Listen. I'm going to spread you people to the seats here. Now yeah, 2 of the people come here, this side. Come. You come this way. Any? Come, otherwise you'll be like, the other guy came. Bro, welcome. What happened to the paper day? Yeah, we had a paper, you know. You don't know, really? Come to this side. Come. Come quickly. Yeah, in the way. Come. Bruno, come quickly. Give him some space to come in. Quickly come. Oh. You stay there. He will come. Come, quickly come. Man, only Madhim, come. Right. So others don't move, you stay there. Likewise. Nice. Come to the front. You see. Stay here. Yeah, your new friend. You stay there. He's rude. If you say some jokes, he will backfire. You're doing martial arts or something? No? You're doing martial arts? You're doing rugby? That's why the muscles are. Yeah. If you do any jokes, he will take you like a ball and throw you out of the window. So no jokes now. Right, listen. Shh. The third question. The vernier caliper can measure lens accurately up to how much? Yeah, the answer should be no. Now there is a common one. We discussed this. What is the common, the least count that a vernier caliper measures? 0.1 millimeter, isn't it? What is the common least count that a micrometer screw gauge can measure? 0.01 millimeter, isn't it? So it's 0.1 millimeter. It isn't given in millimeters, but is given in centimeters. 0.01 centimeters is same 0.1 millimeters, isn't it? It's a common one. Yeah, it's a common one. Right? Which prefix presents 10 to the power minus 9? That is nano. That is nano. Answer 2. Yes, answer is 2. Fifth, a micrometer screw gauge has a pitch of 0.5 millimeters and 50 divisions on the thimble. The least count, that is pitch over the circular scale divisions, right? 0.5 over 50. Yeah, 0.01 millimeter. That is the first answer. That is the first answer. Now take the notes if you want. In the specific questions, if you have like things that you can't remember, you take a note. Put the question number and take a note. Right. Sixth question. Which quantity is dimensionally different from the others? Now tell. Velocity, force, displacement, acceleration and pressure. Why? It's pressure. Why? All the others are vectors, isn't it? All the others are vectors. Velocity is a vector. Velocity is a vector. Force is a vector. Displacement is a vector. Acceleration is a vector. Only the pressure is a scalar quantity, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I lost my vision. Teaching to you. It happened. I'm blaming on you people because I'm teaching in the board, so I lost my vision, And I'm kidding. Like this is because like this. Yeah, I had a twitch. Yeah, no, like I had a twitchy eye, so that's one of the reasons. Is like this thing gives a very bright light that I am really close to it, so it bit of a gives a nerve pressure on my eye. So I had a bit of a twitchy eye there, and a bit of a power is also there. So I went there because of the twitchiness, and when I go there, they took a proper checkup, and they said like there's a power as well. So they told me to wear the glasses when you are using the screens, because like even after the teaching in the board, I use the laptops and the mobile phones, so my screen time is more. So using this, probably most of the time I'll be using it continuously when I'm teaching, because otherwise this will burn my eyes. Now this gives a huge light, and I'm very close to it. So which quantity is dimensionally different? That is pressure, isn't it? Because it's a scalar. All the others are vectors. What is the derived SI unit from for pressure? Now the pressure is what? Force over area. They are asking for the derived one, not the standard unit. Right? They are asking for the derived one. Derived one is force over area is Newton per square meter. Newtons over square meters. Because the pressure equals what? because the pressure equals force over area, and the force is newtons, area is square meters. Yeah, this is not the standard unit, this is the the derived unit. We break it down, right? Right. Next question. So you paid money to see us, yeah. Atif has a point there. I'm paying money for money to see you. Bro, I'm paying money to see you, literally, he said. Yeah, that's true. Right. Huh? Worth it, really? You think you look something? Okay. 8th question. Listen. Shh. The accuracy of a measuring instrument is related to. Listen. The accuracy of a measuring instrument is related to what? Majority have answered this one. What is it? It's the least count, because the accuracy or the error, the lacking of error is the accuracy, isn't it? Lower the error, greater the accuracy. So the error depends on two things. What are the two things? What is the equation of the error, the fractional error? The least count over measurement, or the error over the measurement. If there is no error, you can take least count instead of the error, right? So the least count over measurement. So lower the least count, lower the error. Lower the least count, lower the error, which means greater the accuracy. And greater the length or the measurement, greater the measurement, lower the error, that means greater the accuracy. Can you remember it? Yes? Fractional error is least count over measurement, or the error over measurement, right? So the accuracy of a measuring instrument is related to what? Least count. If you can't remember, that is under the fractional error, right? Fractional error. Fractional error depends on two things. One is least count, the other thing is measurement, right? The other thing is measurement. And actually the main equation is error over measurement. Error over measurement, right? That is error over measurement. But if the instrument doesn't have any of the errors, instead of the error you can use least count. But if there was 0.125 of a zero error, you have to put that for the error, right? And divide it by the measurement to take the the fractional error. If there is no error, likewise you take the least count instead, right? So you have to remember these two. And what happened here? When the least count is lowering, the fractional error is also lowering. The error is lowering means the accuracy is increasing. The accuracy is increasing. And when the measurement is increasing in size, what happens to the whole thing? The whole thing goes down, isn't it? The size goes down. That means the fractional error is also reducing, right? So greater the measurement size, lower the error, which means greater the measurement size, greater the accuracy, right? We discussed these things, right? Right. Take the notes if you want. Fine, finish. What do you think you are doing? That is 16. That's enough. Right? Come to the next question. Listen. Which instrument is most suitable to measure the internal diameter of a capillary tube? Tell me, what is a capillary tube? Yeah. Only a few have answered it. Now, oh yeah, few people have answered it. But it's a capillary tube, not a test tube. It's a very, tiny, teeny, small tube of glass. It's usually made of glass. Yeah, it says, but it's not actually. But it says it's in a diameter of a hair. The lumen of the capillary tube. They say like it's in the size of a hair. Capillary tube is a very small tube, right? Very teeny tiny small tube. So and we discussed this. We discussed in the tube. So capillary tube diameter is measured using what? Caliper. You can't put the capillary tube, like you can hold it with the jaws. It will break. Right? It's very fragile, very teeny tiny small one. So it's what? Traveling microscope. Traveling microscope. Yeah, the answer is traveling microscope. Yes. What? Microscope and traveling microscope are two things, huh? Yeah. The traveling microscope is the instrument, like it's a measuring instrument. Like the microscope, the light microscope and everything are for the observations only, right? It's not a measuring instrument. Yeah, 10th question. Which one is not a base quantity in SI unit system? Base quantity. What does it mean, the base quantity? They say the fundamentals. How many fundamentals are there? 7 are there. So they say the base units, it's a fundamental, because if you check the answers, they are all the fundamentals except for one. Which one is the answer? Huh? Which one is it a fundamental? Here. Bro, the length is the first fundamental in it. Velocity. Velocity is the derived one. Because velocity is what? Displacement over time. It's a derived one. All the others are the fundamentals. Cannot be derived, right? Time, mass, length, electric current, everything are like. So the answer is 3. Right. So now this one. A pyramid with a base of length 6 meters and vertical height of 4 meters is given. Calculate the surface area of the pyramid with the base. Now, how do you do this? You have to draw the sketch first thing. A pyramid with a base of length 6 meters and vertical height of 4 meters is given. Remember the dimensions, it's given the base length is 6 meters, vertical height is 4 meters. Huh? Right, so it's a pyramid. Right, it's a pyramid like this, and the side length is how much? 6 meters. All the sides are equal. And how much is the vertical height? Is given 4 meters, right? The vertical height is 4 meters. And they are asking for the surface area, right? So how do you find the surface area? You have 4 trigonometric faces, and 1 square base. You have to add all that together. Yeah. So you have to find, like, how do you calculate the triangle face area? That is half base into perpendicular height, but you don't have the perpendicular height, so you have to find it. How do you find it? You have to construct something. What do you construct here? You have to construct the triangle here, isn't it? You have to construct the triangle here. Yes? You have to construct the triangle there. And this becomes what? The slant height of the pyramid, but the perpendicular height of the triangle. Yes? So how do you find it? Now this is 4. We know the vertical height of the pyramid is 4, it's given. What is this height? That is 3, because it should be a half of the side length, isn't it? Because it's coming to the very middle. So it should be 3. Yeah. And this is perpendicular. So it's a Pythagoras triplet, isn't it? What is the Pythagoras triplet there? 3, 4, 5. You don't have to simplify the Pythagoras. You already know it. 3, 4, 5. Now you have the perpendicular height of the triangle. Now what do? You can calculate the area of the triangle easily. How? Half into base, that is 6, and the height, that is 5. This is the area of one triangle. How many of the triangles are there? 4 are there. Plus the area of the base, that is 6 into 6. So that is the complete area, isn't it? So that is 15 times 4 is 60 plus 36. That is 96 square meters. Easy, right? Bro, you got the paper? Got the paper? I sent it to the group. Group again? Why? Now, how come he knows and you don't? Tell the people to add. Now, this Akkala, they will add you. And people who still didn't get the tutes, there's a delay of the the post office trouble. Yeah, there's one post office marker yeah, there's a strike or something is still, I think is still there, and it's getting delayed. Hopefully all the tute troubles will be solved within this week, for sure. Yes? Now you are going to break the AC. Now some people are from the Greenland and some are from the Middle East and somewhere else. They can't live together. I think if you got to be a family one day, good thing all the majority are the boys. No? That's a awkward, that's a awkward silence, right? Yeah, it was an awkward silence when I say if you got to be a family one day, all the people were like very silent. Bro, that's gay. Don't be like that. I was kidding. I was making a joke. Yeah. Don't do the awkward silence when I say something like that. Yeah. Right. Come to the next question. Right. I said a joke, now people took it very serious. Right. 12th question. Listen. 12th question. Two post stones A, B and C, D are fixed on the ground as shown in the figure. A string BD of length 20 meter is tied to the top of the post stone. It's there, BD. That is 20 meters. If CD is 15, CD is 15. Okay. And the BDE is BDE is this angle is 60 degrees. Then the height of the post on AB, they are asking for the height of AB, this complete height, right? Shall I draw it back in the whiteboard? It was something like this, right? Yes. It's labeled AB, ABDC. 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 And this is E. This was given 20 meters. This is 60 degrees. And this height was how much? Wasn't given. And this is the height they are asking, right? But one of the heights were given. Which height? 15. This should be 15 meters. We corrected, right? Yeah. CD. Yeah, CD is 15 meters. Right. This is 15 meters. You are asked to find this AB height. That is easy, right? Isn't it? So how do you find the, now if this is 15, this is also should be 15, right? This height should be also 15. And you have to find this height. If I take it as x, you can put a trigonometric ratio there. What ratio can you put there? Opposite hypotenuse, right? Opposite and hypotenuse. Opposite and hypotenuse is what? That is sine. So you have to put sine 60 to find x. Now sine 60 equals x over 20. That is root 3 over 2. Sine 60 is root 3 over 2, right? Can you remember? That is x over 20. So that is x equals, cross multiply it, you get 10 root 3. Yes, that is 10 root 3. So now you have x, and the length of AB should be how much? AB should be equal to 15 plus 10 root 3. Answer isn't there directly like this, right? How is the answer there? A common factor is taken out. What is the common factor here? 5. If I take the 5 out, that will be 3 plus 2 root 3. This answer is there, isn't it? That is the first answer, I think. Yeah, first answer. Or take a note if you want. Finish? Good. Let's come to the next question. Not finish it? Okay. Now you understood really well, no? Rather than staying there? I know this. Yeah, Anna. Papa Mitra sir. Urumulata Verna Giro, stay here in the 1000. Look at the 1000 back there. Saudari. Finish? Finish, right? Yeah. Next question. Thirteenth question. I think this is all as far as I remember. We'll see. Yeah. From a tall building, the angle of descent towards the base of another building, which is 10 meters away from it, is 30 degrees. And the angle of elevation towards the top is 60. The height of the second building is, right? So I have to draw it. So now two of the buildings are there. This is one building. Another short building is there. Can you relate to something? Yeah, one of the tall building is there and another short building is next to it. Yeah, right? And the angle of descent, the angle of descent is how much? The angle of descent to the base of the short building is how much? 30 degrees. Means like the taller building is looking at the shorter building's toes in an angle of 30 degrees, right? So it's 30 degrees of an angle is there to here. That is 30 degrees. Yes? Right. So there was another point there. What is the other point? And it's 10 meters away and the angle of elevation toward the top is 60. Now this is 10 meters away. The distance of the buildings is 10 meters away. And the angle of elevation, listen, the angle of elevation from the top to the here is how much? Is given 60. This is 60, right? This angle is 60 degrees. Yes. So they are asking the height of what? Height of the second building or the short building. They are asking for the height of this one. Yes. So how can you find it? Now if you take this angle, this should be also 30 degrees. Yes. And can you directly find the height of this building? Because it's 10 meters here. No, right? Are there any of the other clues? No, right? No. Yeah, you have to take the, listen, you have to take this length using this triangle and this length using this triangle, and you deduct the two of the lengths, you get this height, right? So you have to take this triangle first. This is 90 degrees. So it's opposite over adjacent. Tan should be applied. Tan 30 equals, now if I take this, the whole thing as h, that will be opposite over the adjacent, that is 10. And tan 30 is 1 over root 3 equals h over 10. And h is equal to 10 over root 3. Yes? H is equal to 10 over root 3. Now we found the h. Then using this triangle, this part, we can find this height. We'll call it x or something. We'll call this height x, right? Using this triangle, this yellow color triangle, this one, you can find this x. That is again tan, isn't it? Because this height is the same, 10 meters. Same height. And opposite adjacent, it's again tan. Tan 60 is equal to, opposite is the x and the adjacent is the 10, and the tan 60 is how much? Root 3 equals x over 10, and if you cross multiply you get it, x equals 10 root 3. Now we have the x and the h, and the height of the short building is what? H minus x, isn't it? Height of short building is equal to h minus x, yeah, h minus x. So we have h, that is 10 over root 3 minus x 10 root 3. You have to simplify this. How do you simplify this? Multiply this by 10 root 3, that is root 3 multiplied by 10 root 3 is how much? Root 3 to root 3 cancels out, that is 3. 10 into 3 is 30. 30 minus 10, yeah, 30 minus 10, that is 20 over root 3 should be the answer, but I think it isn't there. Is it there? No, right? 20 over root 3 isn't there. 10 over root 3 is there, but 20 isn't. So this was given all. This was all, and correct the oh, ek all lega. Ek hamotum dunna. So it should be 20. It's root 30. Huh? Yeah, 20 over root 3. මෙන්න මේක කරගත්තා නම් හරි හොඳයි. It's 20 over root 3. Not this one. Right. Take notes. Can see, right? Yeah. 3 into 10 is 30. ඇයි ඒක ඩිනොමිනේටර් එකනේ පල්ලෙහා තියෙනවනේ යා නැති වෙන්නේ. මේක අපි අතරම ගන්න කොමන් ඩිනොමිනේටර් එකක් ගන්නවා. මෙතන 1 කියලා ගන්නවා. එතකොට root 3 තමයි ඩිනොමිනේටර් එක. එතකොට root 3 times 3 නේ. එතකොට 10 එනවා. මේක ගත්තොත් 1 times root 3 ට තියෙනවා root 3ම. root 3 3 cancel out නේ එහෙම ඉන්නේ. ඒක අපි අර සිම්පල් ක්‍රමයක් විදිහට පාවිච්චි කරන මෙයාගෙන් multiply කරලා මෙයාගෙන් deduct කරනවා කියලා. That is a yeah. Oh. Yeah. Question එක තිබ්බනේ. paper එක නෑනේ. අපි ලියාගත්තන් පස්සේ බලමු. තිබ්බා. Finish? Done? Took the notes? Finish? ඒ ඇතුළෙත් පැකට් තියෙනවා. Finish, right? We'll go to the next question. Now these people are coming for a family day out. Enjoying the evening, making jokes, but huh? Yeah. From a tall building. Bro, if one is tall, the other one is supposed to be short. That's why it's called tall. From a tall building, the angle of descent, and it's the angle of descent that goes down. Yeah. Right. The other question: a conical tent is constructed with a sector. Shh. Listen. Discussing a question here. Right. Oh. Family management. Listen. Conical tent is constructed with a sector of radius 2 meters and angle 135 degrees at the center. Calculate the vertical height of the tent. If I draw this, remember the values, the radius is 2 meters, the angle is 135, right? So if I draw this is the sector, they say. Right. So it's 135 degrees of angle, isn't it? The conical tent is constructed with a sector of radius 2 meters and angle 135. Yeah. So angle 135, let's say. This is 135 degrees and the radius is 2 meters, right? So they have constructed a tent using the conical tent. What is a conical tent? A shape of a cone, right? Conical tent is a tent shape of a cone. So how do you create it? This is the center. If you grabbed it from the center, these two of the edges will contact each other and make a cone, isn't it? Yeah. So they are asking for the area, is it? What does the question ask for? Now they are asking for the vertical height, right? They are asking for the vertical height of the tent. Okay. Right. So this should be the sort of the tent that they made, right? Now tell me. Now this radius become what in the tent? The radius becomes the slant height, right? Because when I grab it from the center, two of the edges will contact each other. So the slant height will be the radius, isn't it? Can understand that? Yeah. So the slant height is 2 meters. Yeah, this Shoti understood very well. Heard the sound as well of the understanding. Eh? Yeah, good. It's 2 meters. And they are asking for the vertical height. They are asking for the vertical height. Right? They are asking for the vertical height. This height. I'll take it as h. Right? To find the vertical height, you need the radius as well, isn't it? You will need the radius as well. You will need this radius r. Do you know the radius here? No, right? You don't know the radius. So you'll have to find the radius. Can you find the radius? How? Yeah, this arc length should be equal to the complete circumference of the base, isn't it? This arc length is the complete circumference of the base. So if you find the arc length, you can equal it to the circumference of the base, equaling the circumference to the formula 2 phi r, you can get the r value. So first you have to find the circumference. So which equation should you put here? Can you put, if you take this to radians, it will be difficult, wouldn't it? Would it divide easily? I don't know. I think it won't divide easily. 135 and how much is in radians? If I can somebody simplify with the calculator? That is, if I apply S equals r theta, it should be r is 2 meters and how much is 135 in radians? 135 in radians. Huh? 35 over 4. That is 65 over 4, isn't it? Yeah. And you can again simplify it if you want to what? 35 over 2. Yes. So the arc length is 35 over 2. And this should be directly equal to 25 r of this base circle. So if we apply 25 r, there is 35 over 2. So what happens to 5? 5 to 5 cancels out. Now the r is equal to 3 over 4, because if I take this 2 to the other side, it will become a division because it's multiplied here. So it's 3 over 4, that is 0.75, right? That is 0.75. Now this is 3 over 4. So how do you calculate the h now? Simply put Pythagoras. Yeah, simply put Pythagoras. You will get the h. So h square plus r square should equal to 2 square. Yes. So you have to find the h square. R is given 3 over 4 and the complete square of it is equal to 4. Now simplifying this, h square plus 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16 equals 4. Take this to the other side, what will happen? H square equals 4 minus 9 over 16. Yes, 4 minus 9 over 16. How do you simplify this? 16 into 4, that is 32, 64, right? 16 into 4 is 32, 64. 64 minus 9 is 55. Yeah, 55. So h square equals 65 over 16, correct? And the h should be equal to the root of this, that will be root 65 over 5. Can somebody simplify this and tell me the answer? Root 65 over 4. 2.01. I got a different answer though. 2.01? Wasn't it 1.8 something? Huh? Root 65 over? It's root 55, I think, not 65. Root 55, because this is 64 minus 9, 55. Root 55 over, yeah, 1.85, right? Yeah, that is the answer. Bro, what happened? The whole thing erased. How many undos happen? Erase line. Yeah, that one. So 65, 55, okay. This is 55 root t, root 2. That is 1.85 something, yes? 1.85, yeah. And only a few, I can't remember who, but only a few have answered this question as well. You did? Good job. Very good. Nice. What are you doing? Not allowed. Not even legal. Yeah, take the notes. Answer can balance here. 1.85 second answer. Second answer. Take the notes. That one is also a good question, isn't it? It's a good question. This is 55. Finish. Finish. Yeah. Finish taking notes. Yes. Right. Come to the next question quickly. Right. The last question. The figure below shows a section of an equilateral triangle cut off from a circle of radius 14 centimeters. Find the area of the remaining part, right? So they are asking to find the area of the remaining part. The triangle is cut off, so the remaining part is the other circular parts, right? So it's given the radius is how much? 14 centimeters here, right? Listen, so it's a circle like this, and a triangle is cut off from it, and it's an equilateral triangle, isn't it? It's an equilateral triangle. The whole thing. Yeah. Yeah, pull up. Pull up. Oh, oh, oh. Right. Right, so all the angles are 60 degrees, right? All the angles are 60 degrees, which means it's a equilateral triangle, right? It's a equilateral triangle. Now listen, first thing, when I'm teaching, you don't speak, right? You have to listen, otherwise there's no point. I'm teaching and you are coming to the class. So when I'm teaching, at least when I'm teaching, that is, I'm trying to deliver you something, you're supposed to take it. That is how the growth happens, right? So if you're not listening, there's no point being and staying in a class. That is okay to be happy, making joke, that's fine completely. But when I'm teaching, you're supposed to listen. I don't want to hear any of the noises behind my back when I'm teaching in the board. And I'm like, it's like you are talking behind my back. I'm teaching in the board and you are talking behind my back. And when I'm like turn to this side, you are all silent. It's not a good thing, not a nice thing. That's a lady thing to do. Don't be like, the proper word, I can't tell that. Be like, yeah. So come to this one. So you have to find the area of this one. It says the radius is how much? 14 centimeters. Yes, 14 centimeters. So how do I draw the, yeah. If I take the radius and draw the three of the radiuses like this, yes, it will make three equal triangles inside it. So this is 14 centimeters, this is also 14 centimeters, and this is also 14 centimeters. And this angle will be how much? That is dividing 360 into 3. How much will be the angle? 120. Yes. So you have two of the sides and the including angle there in the triangle. How do you find the area now? You have the two of the sides and including angle. What is the equation there? Half AB sine C. Yeah, you have two of the sides and the angle, so it's half AB sine C. So if you have the area of one triangle, multiplying it by 3 gives the complete area. Deducting the area of the complete triangle from the area of the complete circle, you get the leftover, the area of the leftover, right? Right. So yeah, so we'll do it at once. So what is the area of the circle? 5r square. That is the 5 simplified there in the answers? Yes, right? I think the 5 is simplified there. The answer is in decimals, yeah? Yeah, the answer is in decimals, so the 5 is simplified. I'll take it 22 over 7, r is 14 square, that is 14 into 14. This is the area of the circle, minus half AB, that is again 14 into 14, because two of the AB are the radius of the same circle. Sine C is sine 120, right? And sine 120 is equal to sine 180 minus 120, that is 60, sine 60, that is root 3 over 2. Yeah. So if I simplify this, that is 22 into 14 into 2 minus that will be 7 into 14 into root 3 over 2. Again this is 7. Can somebody simplify this and tell me the values? 22 into 14 into 2. How much is that? 668. 616 minus this 7 into 7 into root 3. 7 into 7 into root 3. 84.87, and deducting 2 of that, 500 31.13 square meters, yes, no, square centimeters. Is the answer there? Yeah, is there? This one, right? Second answer. So the answer is 2. Take a quick note. That is also one of the good questions, isn't it? That is also one of the good questions. So I have got 11 correct in MCQ. Good. Very good. And what about Shiny? If you have the answer sheet. Shiny answered the questions I can remember. If you have the answer sheet. And even Atif. Atif said it here. So how many MCQ answers are correct? Ah, that's huge. 14 out of 50. She's 14 out of 50. Yeah. 14 out of 50. That's really good. He's the most happy person in the class now. Bro has. What? Very good. Bro, understand. That's how life is. You move on. Shiny, yes. Good. I think. I don't know. Shiny, I 2027, one of the competitors is asking in the back. I think she's 2027. Oh, 2026 maybe, I don't know. She's 26. So she's elder than you people. Age is just a number. That's what they're saying. Okay. The age is just a number. Okay. Right. Come to the next question. Structured essay part B. Listen. Section B, structured essay questions. Find the zero error and the correct reading of the vernier caliper below. So first one. Now tell me if this is a positive zero error or a negative zero error. This is a negative one, right? And many of the people who answered still don't understand the negative zero error. It's not a good thing. And how do you measure? Now maybe they understood it, but they didn't know how to measure, the negative zero error. How do you measure the negative zero error? You have to take the number of vernier lines coinciding and you deduct it by the total number of the vernier scale lines. In this case, which line is coinciding? This line, right? That is the 7th line. Yeah? Because this is 5, this is 6, this is 7. Yeah? That is the 7th line. And do you take directly the 7th line? No. You deduct it from the total number of vernier lines. That is 10. So 10 minus 7. Yeah, 10 minus 7 you should take, not the lines that are aligning. So the error should be, the error is missing one of the O's. So here the error should be 0.1 millimeter, right? Yeah, 0.1 millimeter into 10 minus 7, right? That is how much? 0.3 millimeters is the error. Now this is a negative zero error. What do you do with the negative zero error? Do you add it to the measurement or do you deduct it? You add it, right? So this is you put the minus in the front, because if it is then how do you suppose to know if it is a positive or a negative? No, find the zero error and the correct reading. Yeah. So you have to find the zero error first and the measurement and then correct it. Yeah. So what is the reading here? How do you take the reading here? The main scale value is 0. And which number is aligned? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 line is aligned, which means the measurement is 0.6. The measurement is 0.6, but you have to add the error, right? You have to add 0.3 to it, and the answer is 0.9 millimeters. Yes, the answer is 0.9 millimeters. Likewise, now tell me if this is a positive zero error or negative zero error. That's a positive one. So how do you measure it? Just the same way you measure a size, a length. 1, 2, 3 is aligned. So it's how much? 0.1 millimeter into 1, 2, 3. That is 0.3 millimeters, right? And how do you take the correct reading here? Now here the reading is, this is 1 centimeter, isn't it? That is 1 centimeter. And which line is aligned? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 line is aligned. So the correct reading should be, if you take the measurement, the visible measurement, I'll take this in millimeters, because I took everything in millimeters. I'll take this in millimeters as well. That is 10 millimeters plus how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10.6 millimeters is the visible measurement. Yeah. And what do you do with this error? That is a positive error. What do you do with the positive error? You have to deduct it. 0.3 millimeters. What do you get? That is 10.3 millimeters. Answer. Yes. You have to put a plus there to show it that is a positive zero error. Yeah. And here, is it a positive zero error or a negative zero error? It's again a negative zero error. Good. So how much is the negative zero error? 0.1 millimeter into which line has a line? 1, 2, 3, fourth line, right? Fourth line has a line, but do you take the fourth line? No, you take 10 minus 4. Remember that. You take 10 minus 4. That is 0.6 millimeters of a negative zero error. Right? It's a negative zero error. And the correct reading supposed to be what? Now what do you see here? This is 7. This is 6.5. This is 6.4 centimeters. 6.4 centimeters should be this, because this is 7, this is 6.5, this is 6.4. So this is 6.4, which means in millimeters it's 64. 64 plus how much? 1, 2, 3. This line has a line, right? So it's 64.3. 64.3 millimeters. And 0.6 millimeters of a negative zero error is there. So you have to add it, right? 0.6 should be added. So that will be how much? 64.9, right? 64.9 millimeters of a length. Yes, 64.9 millimeters of a length. Have you answered it correctly? Negative dekam merdi. ඒ අර නෙගටිව් 0 එක ගත්ත විදිය වැරදි එහෙමද? ඒ කියන්නේ මෙයාව කන්සිඩර් කරන්නේ නැතුවනේ මෙයාව ගත්තේ. That is wrong. Because the question find the zero error and correct the reading. Yeah, the question directly says correct the reading. You are supposed to correct the reading, not to take the reading. No, you think the same question. Find the zero error is the first one, then correct the reading means you have to correct it. Yeah. Yeah, we discussed this part. So the section C, the essay question, yes. Come to this part. Is it? This part is easy to measure the. Yes. So we have successfully discussed 15 MCQs and 2 of the structured essays, and so far you have like answered well, but yeah, it's not very hard, but in an average level it's hard, I know, but you have to improve more. That is the really important thing, that you have to improve more, right? You have to step by step like do much more than this. I'll be expecting much more than this because I have number of questions much more hard than these things, right? And I'll be giving this in the future. So you have to improve yourself that you can answer all that question that I give, right? And you will be, don't worry about that, you will be, but the thing that I want you to know and the thing that I want you to understand is that you have to take actions. Yeah, you have to take action. So if you studied previously, that is good, continue it, and if you didn't study, at least start studying by now. And my suggestion is for you is to start studying as a group. Study as a group, like friends together. Study, that's a really good thing. And anitha and atta, you add the people online. If the people can't join physically, you add the people online, that is even fine. You discuss with the people online, and share the knowledge. That is one of the very good things. You know, as I said, when I was like schooling, we had these bright cases, right? We had these bright cases. They were district first and second and everyone, they were really good. And we go to them and we ask how much we tell them, now for real, right? So they're sharing their knowledge, that's a good thing. And they're hardworking than us. I was doing nothing. Completely I was doing nothing. I was really doing nothing. So but at the when it's getting, I would say that you will try to follow it, but don't follow the things that I like, don't try to follow the things that I did, because I lost few of the things because of the things that I did in my A-levels. I saw many of the people who had a really good courage, they did a marvelous work, and they those people are very good, and they are not even here in Sri Lanka now. They are in other countries and working with with highest paid salaries in those countries. Listen, so they are spending a luxury life, and I'm here teaching you with these chocolates while they are driving the Benz and the BMWs and everything, right? So I'm not like me degrading myself, but they are spending a better life than me because they studied and they did a greater job than me, right? So there's a difference. So if you do the same, you'll be achieving greater things in future. You're supposed to, right? So I'm telling you, don't follow me that I didn't do anything in my LS, but follow my other colleagues who are there in like greater places than me, and they achieved things because they struggled, they did the hard work, they shared everything, they give the knowledge to others as well. So it's a good thing. You do it, you follow it, right? You'll be achieving it real soon, right? So you study as a group. That is the best thing when it comes to the studying, right? Do as a group, right? So a small gift from me for answering and studying for few of the days back for the struggle there. So small gift from me. I'll throw one by one, and for the who the online people, I'm sorry to say I can't send this to you. Not oldest, I did O levels a year early, so I should be in 2027, but I'm doing in, listen. Now the Chinese, she did her O levels year before the proper year, so she's supposed to be your age. She is your age. You know, yeah. She did her O levels year before her proper year, so she's your age now. See now, she did her O levels year before yourself, and she's doing the A levels year before you as well. Huh? Learn something. Eh? It's not like I'm the Elon Musk. He lost it. The girl can catch? Ah, she got it. You're welcome. And you earned it, right? So post එකේ තාන්න chocolate bro, the post එකේ chocolate දැම්මො chocolate නෙමෙයි කණ්ඩ වෙන්නේ. දිය වෙලා. You come here one day, I'll give everything that I gave to them. Huh? Whose birthday is, man? No one's birthday. Right. Right. Come to the question back again. Tomorrow I would come to the Zaira. Atif, come to the Zaira. Any Zaira boys here? No? No Zaira boys here, right? Zaira? No. No Zaira boys here. So there are few of the Zaira boys in Shakti. I come to this question. To measure the height of a tower, a student places a small pole at a certain distance from the tower and the telescope at the certain distance from it and set up a structure. He has only a measuring tape with him. Then he records the data in a rough sketch. Now these are the recordings that he took, right? So the first question, he has used the pole here to measure the angle of elevation Q from the ground. Calculate the value of tan Q. Now the tan Q is what? Opposite over the adjacent. That is easy. Tan Q is opposite over adjacent, and the opposite is 2 and the adjacent is also 2, isn't it? So 2 to 2 cancels out, which means tan Q equals 1. Which tan value gives, which tan angle gives 1? That is 45. So if I take the tan inverse of 1, which is equal to Q, Q will give 45 degrees of angle. 45 degrees of angle. Everything? Calculate the value of tan Q. Yeah, that is 1. Yes. Yeah. Q. Oh, degree ko honni kiyala ne. Meke tara tibbana yati. Tan Q equals 1. And they are asking to calculate the height from it. So how do you calculate the height from it? You can apply the tan Q to the two of the heights, right? කොයි රේෂියෝ එකද?
අරකේ adjacent එකේ
හ්ම්.
opposite එක
හ්ම්.
ඒ ratio සමාන වෙනවා log triangle එකේ adjacent එක වෙනකොට opposite එක
ඇඩ්ජසන්ට් එක බෙදනවා.
opposite එක
හරි.
පොඩි එකේ ratio එක equal වෙනවා log එකේ
එහෙම පුළුවන්. ඒ අපි ගන්නේ triangle දෙක
parallel
ඈ
parallel නිසා තමයි
පුළුවන්. එහෙම ගන්නත් පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ triangle දෙකේ ratio දෙක මේ triangle දෙකේ ratio දෙකට සමානයි කියලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම වෙන්න නම් මේ triangle දෙකේම එකම angles තියෙන්න ඕන. මෙතන 90 මෙතන 90. මෙතන θ ලොකු එකෙත් මෙතන θ. මෙතන degree එකම මෙතන තියෙන්නේ. එහෙම triangles දෙක ගන්න ඒ විදිහට ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ triangle එකේ තියෙන sides වල ratio මේ triangle එකේ තියෙන sides වල ratio වලට equal වෙන්න ඕන. angles ඔක්කොම සමාන නම්. හරිද? එහෙම නැත්නම් we can directly put a tan. Tan is easy. Because tan theta or the tan q should equal to the h divided by the adjacent. Adjacent is how much? 2, 18 means 20. And the tan theta we found it already as 1. So h is also equal to what? 20. Yeah, h is also 20. That is easy. Question B. Find the length of cable stretched from the top to A. Top to A, this length. So it's easy, right? You put Pythagoras. Because this side is also 20. Yes, this side is also 20. You have to find AC. So AC square should equal to 20 should equal to 20 square plus 20 square, right? So that is 400 plus 400 and that is 800, and the AC should equal to the root of 800. You can write it as 20 root 2, right? 20 root 2. Simplify it, you will get the decimal value. Decimal value එක තමයි ඕන. Root 2 is how much? 1.4. Somebody check it. 20 into root 2. 28.2. This is in meters. 28.2. Right? Take the notes if you want. Finish? Yes? Not finish it? Right? Now two of the questions are fused together, so this is to this question. A water tank is made by combining a cylinder and a cone as shown in the figure. Calculate the volume of the water tank. They are asking to calculate the volume of the water tank. So the volume of the water tank should be the volume of the cylinder plus the volume of the half cone, right? I'll write it directly. So this is 5r square h, right? This is 5r square h, the cylinder, plus the half cone should be how much? The cone volume is 1/3 5r square h. You deduct the large cone from the small cone. So we'll write it correct directly. 1/3 of 5r, the large one, square h minus 1/3 5r to the small radius or the small cone and h. And if I take it, this as h1, this should be h2. Yeah, so apply the values. 22/7. R is 70 centimeters. Shall we take everything in centimeters? Would be easy. So 70 into 70. And the height I gave it as 1 meter. That is 100 centimeters. This is the volume of the cylinder. Plus 1/3 into 22/7 r here of the large cone is again the 70, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same radius. So it's 70 into 70. And the height of the cone is 2 meters, that is 200, isn't it? It's 200 centimeters. Minus again 1/3 22/7. R is how much? If this is 70, because this is midpoint theory, this radius is supposed to be the half of it. So this is 70, this is, that is 35. So 35 into 35, and the height of the small cone is how much? That is 1 meter, that's 100 centimeters. I had to simplify the whole thing to get the answer. 7 to 7 cancels out, there's a 10 there. Here again one of the 7 to 7 cancels out. And 7 times 5, that's all, right? That's all you can simplify. Can somebody simplify this and tell me? 20 into 10 into 70 into 100 plus, we'll take the value by value. Somebody tell me this value. Oh, don't you have the calculators? Cal එකක් පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුරුදු වෙන්න. Yeah. Can you tell it in numbers? Again 3 zeros. This one? 22 into 10 into 70 into 200 divided by 3. Pro system है. One zero 26 66 8 that's enough. Minus this one, 22 into 5 into 35 into 100 divided by 3. 128. Okay. That's enough. Now deduct these two and add it to the value. That is our answer. Bro, for real? Can somebody check this? 22 into 10 into 70 into 100? Correct. Second one? 22 into 10 into 70 into 200 divided by 3. Hari. Doesn't matter. Take one. අට නැද්ද? ආන්සර් කීයද? Can we use calculators in exam? Of course, yes. You can. Huh? Can. Okay. That is cubic centimeters, right? This is cubic centimeters. If you want this in cubic meters, you have to divide this by million or multiply it by 10 to the power minus 6. And the other question, calculate the total amount of sheet metal used to make the water tank. How do you calculate the area? Make area එකයි cylinder area එකයි cone එක area එකයි නේ. So how do you find the area of the cylinder? That is 2 pi r h. Yeah, 2 pi r h. And the area of the cone, the half cone, you have to take the large cone area, deduct the small cone area. Trapezium gatto thing, you have to tear the whole thing. So you have to have the 2 pi r of the both and the height. Can do. Can do. එහෙම ගන්නත් පුළුවන්. trapezium එකක් විතර ගන්නත් පුළුවන්. If you tear the whole thing, stretch it, you get a trapezium. So the upper height is the 2 pi r of this, the bottom height is 2 pi r of this, and the perpendicular height is 1. Can do. I'll do the normal way, that is 2 pi r h. 2 pi r h plus, and what is the area of the area of a cone? The lateral area of a cone? Phi r L. Phi r L. Yes, phi r L. So you have to take the phi r L of the large cone and deduct the phi r L of the small cone. This will give the complete value. So 2 into 22 over 7, and the radius is 70. Oh, lid එකත් එකතු වෙන්න ඕන. උඩ එකයි යට එකයි දෙකම. එතකොට phi r square of the large one and the small one, phi r 2 square. Make it small. ඒ දෙකත් එකතු වෙන්න ඕන. So it's a large value. 2 phi r h is 100 plus 22 over 7, r1 is 70, l1 you have to find, right? So this is 2 meters, this is 2 meters, uh, 200 centimeters will take it that way, and this is 70. You have to put Pythagoras and find the slant height. Can somebody do that? Can somebody find the slant height? This is 200, this is 70. Find the slant height. Yes? You try doing it, bro. Now how many questions to go now? This is another one, only one, right?
Yes.
The last one is easy. You just only have to multiply it by 2. Yeah? Yes? Right, doesn't matter. We'll do the final two questions the next week. We'll finish it the next week. So the next week, listen. The next week we have the parents meeting. Yeah. Next, Next week we have the parents meeting and the people who are joining online. Tell your parents to join online, doesn't matter. And this is height. That is the slant height. It was make it apply kala hadaගෙන යන්න ඕනේ. හරි. Right. So even the next week we are starting the new lesson, but the microbiology, and then in the microbiology we have bit of the practicals to do as well, so it will be a little fun. Yeah, next week. So it's more about the microorganisms and the production. It's about the microorganisms and its production. We'll be doing small practicals, only the very small practicals are there. And I have a microscope, right? I have a microscope as well, and so listen. I have a microscope as well, so we can observe the live specimens. If you can bring the live specimens which which can be the microorganisms are there, then we can observe them. So I'll tell what to bring, so you bring it, I will show you the observations. And for the online people, we'll try to fix something can directly connect to the screen, something like that. I think I can do it, because if I connect the phone, can we connect the camera, like the phone camera, to the laptop directly? Can? How? Not a webcam. Can we connect the screen share? So if I screen share, can we still have the the mirroring, right? Is it available in the smart board, mirroring? Yeah, I have to check, right? I'll check that if I can mirror the board, so we can directly take the whole observation to the screen, the live specimens, right? The same time the class starts, right? It will be the same time that the class starts, so tell your parents to come. We'll discuss a few things. I'll tell them how they should handle the students in the home, right? Yeah, their children in the home. Oh, where is gonna අපි ඔය ටාජ් එකේ වගේ දාමුද? රට ගියා. Right. So okay. අලියටද? Right. Enough. Guys, then see you on next Tuesday, right? So adios. Ciao. Walaikum assalam. Please tell somebody to come. පොත රෙකෝඩින් ටික ඉල්ල ගන්න මෙහි ටියුට්ස් ටිකත් ඉල්ල ගන්න. ඉල්ලගෙන යන්න හොඳ? Bro, you didn't come to the exam. එහෙම බෑ ඉතින් මෙහෙම කරලා. See you. ටිකක් තියෙනවා. කන්න ගන්න. Você depois? Paper එක දාගෙන නැද්ද?
මම එන ගමන් හිටියේ.
මොකද?
ඉස්කෝලේ ඉඳලා. එන ගමන් මොකද වෙලා ගියේ.
PDF එක දාලා තියෙන්නේ. කරන්න. හරි. උසා ගද්ද උසා තේරුම්න්නේ.
ඉගෙට ඔක්තෝබර් 15 වෙනිදා.
මේ ඕක 12 වසරෙන් ඉවත් කරන්න. 13 වසරට මැච් ගන්න තියාගන්න එපා. මැච් තමයි ගගයින් ඉන්නේ.
සර් මේකට ස්ටෙප්ලර් ගහන්නද?
ඔක ස්ටෙප්ලර් ගන්න තමයි තියෙන්නේ.
හරි මේක දාන්න. වැඩක් කරමු අපි.
හොඳයි. 12 වසරෙන් ඉවත් කරගන්න. තාතන අවසරයක් ගහන්න තියාගන්න එපා. ඉතින් තේරුම් නැහැ. ඒක ඉගෙන ගන්න වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඇයි වැහුවේ?
ඒක වතුර දාන්න.